Anyway, this is drawings of that was in competition that I didn't nearly win. In 2000, well, this year, just gone a couple of months ago, I took part in the most recent Illustrated World Series drawing tournament contest. I think they called it the Masters. Go here for more information. It's all right. It's cool. I took part in 2019. I was invited because they were like, Christ, we've got to get you involved. Ewan's the greatest artist to have ever lived. We've got to get him involved in our drawing competition tournament contest. And so I was like, yeah, I guess I'll take part. And I came so close, ladies and gentlemen. I got second place. I came second place, and it was so stressful, and I hated every second of it. But I came second place. Then in 2020, they held it online because of something that happened. Some people got sick. I don't know. The old, what happened in 2020? I don't even know that gag. And it was online, and it was streaming, and it was hellish because we had to like record ourselves drawing and upload the videos, and it was and I came like joint third, fourth, I think, in that one. And I competed this year also, this couple of months ago in the Summer Masters Illustrated World Series. And this time I came second again. Against the same I just thought I'd look at the drawings while I've still got them. I don't know if the guy who organises it wants the art back. He did for the previous ones. So while I've still got them, I just thought I'd look at them because there's only 4 because it was a shorter contest. Anyway, we were given prompts from BuzzFeed, really interesting BuzzFeed, oh wow, BuzzFeed articles. Given an article, and we had to illustrate it one-on-one against each other, and then they were judged, and the winner went on to the next round, and knockout contest, whoever won, whoever didn't, lost, because they're losers like me, because I'm a loser. The headline for this was something along the lines of a dominatrix and a priest have an interesting conversation while finger painting. And it was based on a video of a dominatrix and a priest who have an interesting conversation while finger painting. It was actually a lady dominatrix and a lady priest, which is a bit weird if you ask me, in the video. And the conversation was about, like, you know, oh, are you offended by what I do? No, are you offended by what I do? Well, what about you? Who put it in? But I made it a funny little, because if I just draw 2 women talking, no one wants to look at 2 women talking. I mean, come on, me. Yeah, we get it. So I made it, you know, a silly old little man priest just for the visual, so that it was easier to, because you use visual icons, yeah, because that says I am a priest. This says cracking a whip. It's a visual icon. You understand what's happening based on the iconography that's drawn in front of you. Yeah. And I drew that. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's not really, hey, I'll explain my drawings, which is, you know, the whole point of a drawing is you look at it and you get it. So explaining a drawing is really pointless. I used pink highlighters and black Posca pens and some whiteout, some Tipex pens. Because you use black and white and one other colour. You're allowed to use grayscale as well, but grayscale's a bit fucky. Those people, a lot of people use grayscale, not most, but a lot of people use grayscales, and they're all fucky. I don't really care for it. Personally, it's a personal taste thing. And I think this is my favourite drawing of the 4 that I created for this most recent contest round of the contest tournament competition. I liked it. I liked the layout. I liked the balance of colour and contrast and black and white and stuff. For some large areas, I like, you know, the big dominatrix boots and the little finger paint on the finger paint. And they're both, see, he's talking about sad Jesus being whipped. She's talking about sad crying men being whipped but giving her money. So they've got that in common. They're like, see, it's a whole, you're judged on how good the drawing is, how good your technique is, how interesting you are as a person. Not really, I forget. Or on how well you put across the story, on how well you stick to what the story is. But anyway, that was good. I won the first round, and rightly so, frankly. That was a really good drawing. We were given roughly 24 hours to do each one, except the last one. I'll get onto that. I guess you can't really see because I'm not going to move my camera because that's putting effort into something which, as we all know, I don't do ever. So maybe I'll hold it like this just so you can see it. Just turn your head, turn your screen, whatever. Jesus. The story for this one was women talk about why they buy sex dolls for companionship, and that's the whole thing. Is sometimes they do the old, with them, but often it's usually just because they need companionship, because they're sad, lonely, miserable, rotten, stinking, unwanted women. So they buy a big old plastic man to have as a companion because they don't trust men anymore. Which, fair enough, I get it. And so there was part of the story where one of the girls was talking about taking her sex doll man out to like a museum and shit and being like, everyone was watching and thinking I'm weird. What's so weird about someone taking... She was actually saying, like, I don't understand why everyone was looking at me like I'm a big weirdo, pushing a giant plastic sex man around in a wheelchair with she had a sign on him, apparently, talking about, like, I am an emotional support doll. Please don't stare and ask questions. Blah, 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 whatever. No, of course, you can't expect people to, think that's weird. Everyone should get it instantly and understand. Why would anyone think that's strange? So that's what I drew, except I drew him naked with his willy out, his big, hard, silicone penis. Lonely, depressed, lonely! Get yourself a boyfriend in a box. No mess, no complaints, no farts. Take him anywhere. Wow, like a replaceable head. Because that's all men are. They're replaceable. Cat's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. Everyone's like, well, their phones out taking pictures. And she's like, hey, look at that thing over there. And he's just like, death. I won that round as well. That was a second win. And, somewhat rightly so. I don't know if I was incredibly... I was more happy with just getting this guy sat in a wheelchair and drawing a relatively believable wheelchair under him. I was pretty happy with myself for that more than anything else. A pretty decent drawing, Not the best, not the worst. I feel like I could have done more... I feel like I could have done more with the people in the background. But, you've got an hour. You've got 24 hours-ish. That they give you the headline the night before. You've got about 24 hours to come up with the drawing, and then you've got an hour to do it. And so, you fill a page in an hour. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. For me, it's easy, obviously, because I'm the greatest artist to have ever lived. So, filling a page in an hour, piece of piss is what it is. But making that worthwhile, now that's something else entirely. This one was a pile of fucking shit and balls and a whole load of piss and snot and shit. So I get the email the night before, after the round of contests of that previous one, get an email to the winners. Congratulations on going through to the next round. Here's your next headline. The headline was, a whole bunch of corgis have a tea party in honour of the Queen's something, something, something. Celebratory tea party with little dogs. And I was like, oh, okay, shit, yeah, that's brilliant. I got hundreds and hundreds of images going through my head. Dogs at tea parties, with a portrait of the Queen at the head of the table, and they're, like a dog queen or something. Just dogs in hats and mustaches with, like poor people serving them because, the royal family are all horrible, horrible exploitative leeches. And then about noon the next day of the contest, I get a call from the organiser saying, oh, sorry guys, but didn't realise we'd actually used that headline in a previous contest a couple of years ago. So we can't use that one again. Sorry, I'll email you another one soon. And I was like, oh shit, okay, I understand. No hard feelings, no harm done. No harm, no foul, it's all good. Then the email comes and the headline, the new headline in the email is that the Japanese Prime Minister was assassinated and all the world leaders are saying how sorry they are. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? How do you go from Corgi Tea Party in honour of the Queen's something something to fucking a dead world leader and all the other world leaders are shocked? Oh, shocked, not sorry. Sorry, they were saying how shocked they are, not how sorry they are. That's such an enormous jump in tone. And in general, you sort of want the drawings to be funny. You want people to look at them and go, ha ha, there's a dominatrix with huge tits talking to a funny little priest. Hey, there's a sex doll in a wheelchair. That's funny. The Japanese Prime Minister got assassinated. And there was a note in the email that said, obviously it's a very sensitive topic, so please treat it with the sort of respect it deserves and yada, yada, yada. Like, oh, cool, fucking brilliant. Thanks so much. Can't wait to spend an hour drawing that. And this is what I came up with. Big, I don't know his name. I don't care about any of the stupid world leaders. They're all cunts, a lot of them. And that's another thing. I never want to, like this guy, you know who this guy is, that fucking arsehole, fucking idiot. I've purposely never drawn him because I don't want to put the effort in to draw. I don't want to spend enough time thinking about him and put the energy into a drawing of that fucking piece of human fucking shit. Because a few people have been like, hey, Ewan, draw something Trump-related, draw a funny Trump drawing. And no, just flat out no. But then if I'm drawing world leaders, it's like... And he was one of the ones who said something about being shocked, so I was like, I could do it without him. But like, one thing I really hate in this contest is the chance of having to draw an actual real-life person and make it kind of look like them, which is really hard to do. I almost got it with this guy. The rest of them, meh. With him, you can sort of, you get it. There's a few little things about him that you just sort of get. And the other people, like, old man, he's got a big nose, so whatever. Fucking... But I did it. I am dead. Blah. I am shocked. I am so shocked. I'm the most... See, he's got to make it a contest. I'm the most shocked. And then the Queen's like, who? As if she'd know or care. Stupid, the Queen. At least I got to make fun of the Queen in this drawing, which, you know, was going to happen one way or the other. And I won that round, so I'm evidently... I did something right. And then this one. This was the final, the finale, the finial. Only Gen Z can get granny bumping. There's a girl twerking and her nan's twerking too. Her big old age pensioner ass shaking. And her tits as well. Shake lines on her tits. The prompt or the headline for this was something, it was like one of those list ones like, 15 reasons Gen Z are the best generation. Which, you know, whatever. One of those reasons was like, it was some TikTok shit of like a girl in lingerie with her nan bumping to music, and then the lights go off and on again, and when they come on again, the nan's in the lingerie and she's in like her or whatever. Oh, it's funny. I love seeing old people's skin. It's amazing. Now with this one, the whole thing was, this was right after the semi-final. So you get the semi-final that I just won, and then it's okay. In an hour, the final starts. So they give you the headline right away. For every other previous round, we got sent a text saying, "Hey, the emails have been sent with the headlines for you to come up with something. Go get 'em, have fun, kill 'em, knock 'em dead, slugger," or whatever. For this one, they did not send a text, and I was incredibly unprepared. I was very stressed. I was talking to some other people. I was sharing shit on Instagram to try and get shares, to try and get the social vote, to get the win for the previous round. 5 minutes before we start, which I didn't realise, I figured like, oh, well, we can't start in an hour because I haven't gotten a text to say, here's your headline. So we must be starting an hour later. And then I get a message saying, Ewan, why aren't you streaming yet? You're about to start. You should be streaming right now, you fucking idiot. Why aren't you streaming? And I was like, what? Like, literally, what? Turns out we started in 5 minutes time. I was not prepared whatsoever. I hadn't seen that there was a headline, didn't know what it was. I quickly checked my email, had a quickest look through the list of Gen Z being amazing, saw this one and thought, okay, that'll do, a quick fucking 30-second sketch, and then drew it. And luckily the start of the contest was delayed by about 10 or 15 minutes for technical reasons, but even so, oh my god. As if it wasn't stressful enough already. And the fact that my opponent in the final was the exact same guy I lost against in the final in 2019. Which, of course, means he won again. I was second place to Lawrence Hugh Burns. It's irritating, though, because he's actually really lovely. He's a friend now, I guess. He's a lovely, lovely guy, really talented artist. He's great. Oh, he's bloody wonderful. We all love bloody Lawrence Hugh, bloody piss Burns. Hope he burns. I was happy with the drawing, and honestly, I thought and hoped that this flower print dress would win it for me. I hoped they'd see because the flowers, they actually curve around her ass and everything. Like they smaller, like they curve around her ass and tits and shit. There's a smiley face on that one. I thought they'd see the flower print dress, the attention to detail, the effort I put in, and go, shit, Ewan's got to win it just for that. But I didn't. The other guy, Lawrence, the guy who won, he did the same thing. He did the whole like getting Granny to twerk in lingerie thing, and his, I don't know, was better, I guess. I don't know. But overall, I was pretty happy with my drawings on the whole. Because, you know, as several people noted, I've got quite a good grasp of anatomy. So when it came to something like this, that's like, this was made for me. Several people said that. That headline was made for you. You're a dominatrix, big tits, leather, and because that's what you draw anyway, tits and asses and shit. And a funny little man. And you know, the anatomy, the shape of the legs and the feet, I was happy with those. The shoulder and arm and the tits and stuff and the funny faces, got all that. Cool. And then this one was very much the same. You know, maybe not my best anatomical work, but pretty decent. And you know, made him look like he's actually plastic, like his arms and legs are attached, his head is sort of screwed on. So I was like inking in this way, like big bold inking isn't really my forte. I go for more intricate cross hatching and stuff. But I do feel like I was getting better with that sort of thing in general over the last couple of years, and I think this contest has sort of pushed me to be even a little bit better at that whole bold inking sort of style. And then that one was just fucking whatever. And then this one, you know, I've drawn this pose 100 times already, so that was like easy peasy, Bo Greasy to do. I like the drawings overall. They were good. It was a fun time. Again, it was online and streaming on Twitch. I hear they had lots and lots of views, so that's good for them, I suppose. But I do prefer them in person. That was the first one I went to in 2019, was an in-person contest, and I very much preferred that. Hanging with all the other artists, showing up, sitting down and drawing in a place. Good. Not having to worry about the technical fucking aspect of it all. Ugh. Can't be doing with that shit. But regardless, second place, it's not first. I didn't win. But that's, you know, that's how it goes. That's the story of my life. Almost good at things. almost the best at things. Don't quite get there. But I didn't cry this time. So, that's a plus.